Well, good morning, everyone. How you doing? Hope you're having a great start to your day. Still on the road here. And so I want to check our Wi-Fi, make sure it's strong enough. And if you can hear me and see me properly, can you give me a thumbs up? Rosa, good morning. And Karen, how are you? Nice to have you on this morning. John from Elgin, Illinois. Good morning, John. Anna, Hamner, Deanna. Okay, I'm getting the thumbs up. Seems to be good. And Nick from our staff. Good morning. Carol and Francis Marie. Good morning. Brahim, Portland, Oregon. Good morning. Mary and Beto. Wendy, good morning. Serpa, how are you? How's things in the north? John and Linda, good morning. Deanna, Julie, Sturgeon Falls, good morning, Julie. Manville, how are you, Manville? Donna, Diane, and Francis. There's Francis Marie and Francis. William, good morning from Markham. Jane, good morning. Nice to have you on. Frida, good morning to you. And we appreciate you. Jenny, how are you? Sandra, Aurelia, and Dave, and Claire. Okay, a couple more and we'll get going. Gary, Burnt River. Now, where is that, Gary? Fran, how are you? Orangeville. Going to be a hot vitamin D day today by Dermot. Erica, good morning. Maryland. Indian River, Ontario. Joanne. Karen. Otter Lake near Coldwater. Beautiful. Edna. Judy from Newfoundland. Elsie from Newfoundland. We love you guys. Another Elsie. Sherry. Oh, I want to sing. Janet. Thunder Bay, good morning. Oh, 2 Sherrys on this morning. Chantal, how are you? From Ottawa. Good to have you on. Claudette, London, Ontario. Faye and Sharon. Okay. And Elaine. Wanda. Okay, here we go. Yolande, I've been waiting for you. Good morning. And Mary, P-E-I. Okay, guys, Lori, how are you? Deb from Timmins. Deb from Detroit, Michigan. Elaine, nice to have you on. Andrea, and she's in Labrador. Wow. Cheryl, Ruth, okay. Francis Marie says, I missed your singing. Arlene, how are you? Okay. And Julie, good morning from Bowmanville. Okay. Now, there's a couple of stories that came out over the weekend that I just got to pontificate on. Amazing, amazing, amazing stuff. And probably you won't hear any of it. Certainly not going to hear it on mainstream media or mainstream even social media. But I got to bring you this because this is significant, guys. Okay, there's a couple of significant stories that came out. One of them is they found out that fructose, okay, fructose. Now, we all know what fructose does to the liver. It's one of the reasons we have so much fatty liver, even in children. Fructose. Now, the Frankenstein of all sugars is high fructose corn syrup. That's the Frankenstein. That is an artificial, your body doesn't know what to do with it, fructose. Okay? It sounds, oh, high fructose corn syrup must be good. Nah, it's made in a lab, guys. It's industrialized sugar. And it's cheap. The food companies love it. But we always knew, because fructose is different than glucose in your body. So when you eat a fruit, you get fructose. And God wanted you to eat fruit, not drink it. So if you're going to eat an apple or an orange or whatever, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But fructose heads to the liver very quickly. Okay? But when you're eating a fruit or whatever, who cares? It's no big deal. But when you're drinking fruit, you're not meant to drink it. So when you see these smoothies that they're nothing but fruit, they're not good for you, because that goes directly to the liver, and it's one of the reasons we see so much fatty liver today. Okay? Now, here's the study. Here's what they've come up with. Not only does fructose damage the liver, and what we see today, and it's one of the reasons we do the reset. The reset will empty your liver, because you're not allowed any fructose. Even good eating fruit, you're not allowed that on the reset. And the reason is, one of the reasons, is for you to empty your liver. That is so important to the rest of your body. What happens in the liver does not stay in the liver. It's not Las Vegas. Okay? So fructose, we've known this for eons of years, that it goes directly to the liver. And when they came out with high fructose corn syrup, well, you know what? It damaged millions of kids. It got them started on metabolic syndrome, and it's a tragedy. It really has been a terrible, terrible injustice, especially to children, the introduction of high fructose corn syrup. And my friend, let me just tell you this. It's in everything, because they couch it. They don't even have to tell you that they're using it in food. But if you see any sugar added, I'm telling you, it's high fructose corn syrup. And that's why even keto foods, okay, they got a little bit of sugar added. I'm concerned about that. It's not always the best quality of food. Okay, now let me get to the story. So we know that fructose damages the liver, but here's something we didn't know. Fructose damages the pancreas, the beta cells in the pancreas. We didn't know that. And it's another reason we're seeing so much problems with insulin resistance. It's another reason that we're seeing so much pancreatic cancer. Beta cells are damaged by high fructose corn syrup. They're damaged. Now I shouldn't say this. Let me back up just a second. Another side effect of high fructose corn syrup, my friend, is this. It elevates uric acid. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to give you gout. But when your uric acid levels are high, yeah, you could get gout. Most people don't. But they have high levels of uric acid. What does that mean? It's a biomarker for inflammation. Your body is overreacting. So not only does it damage your liver, it's a scourge in society today. Now we know when you're eating crappy carbs, when you're consuming sugar, you know what's happening? You're damaging your pancreas. That even makes you more susceptible to diabetes. Beta cells, guys. release insulin. It'll make you even more insulin resistant. And you know, at the Martin Clinic, we talk about this all the time. Insulin resistance is at the root of, okay, let me just give it to you. Insulin resistance is at the root of heart disease. It's not cholesterol, guys. It's not. Cholesterol is a hoax. Why? Because you need cholesterol. Your body makes cholesterol. Whether you eat cholesterol or not, your body makes 85% of it. You can have 100 eggs in a week, and that's not detrimental to your body. It isn't. One of the worst things is high fructose corn syrup. Now remember, I had a radio show for 20 years. I was screaming from the rooftops, John the Baptist, hello, listen, repent, get away from that sugar. It's destroying your body, and now what we know, it destroys your pancreas. You're going to become even more insulin resistant. And so when you get off sugar, you stop drinking sugar. That's the worst. Listen, I know it's Tropicana, Dr. Martin. It's Tropicana. It must be good for me. No, it's not. It's not. Not only are you're drinking fructose. You're drinking fructose. It makes a beeline for your liver and your pancreas. Never, under any circumstances, are you to drink juice. Now, you can have Dr. Martin's Perfect Smoothie. That's different. Why is it different? Because you can put a few berries in. But the big idea is you're putting cream. You can drink cream. Don't drink milk. Drink cream. Drink it. Don't make you fat. Fat don't make you fat. Sugar makes you fat. It starts with fatty liver, but then your body will store in fat cells. So your body, for most people, have an unlimited capacity to make fat cells. That's how your body reacts to sugar. High fructose corn syrup. It's the sugar of choice of the food industry. So this, guys, is groundbreaking research. Groundbreaking research. When I saw this, I think it was on Friday, when I read this for the first time, it shook me up to some extent, because I always knew it was bad. I didn't know it was that bad. It'll destroy your pancreas. It's going to put you on a collision course with diabetes, a collision course with cancer. Insulin. Insulin is, look, insulin will save your life. It's a two-edged sword. It will save your life, really will. Because insulin's job is to take sugar out of your bloodstream. You can't have sugar in your bloodstream. Empty your 5 liters of blood, and you're lucky to have a teaspoon in there. Your body knows what to do. Your body is smart. It's smarter than the food industry, because your body knows, hey, you can't have sugar in your bloodstream. It's so destructive to your blood vessels. You can't leave sugar in. So remember, it's the traffic cop. Insulin will take sugar out of your bloodstream. Secondly, okay, it takes sugar out of your bloodstream. Saves your life. Saves your life. Secondly, it stores it. Sugar must be stored. Yeah? And it'll put it in the Costco parking lot. And if it's full, it'll just make more fat cells. That's how you get fatty liver. That's how you get fatty liver. Insulin is just doing its job. It cannot keep sugar in your bloodstream. It has to park it. And the other place that it parks it, if you have any, are muscles. Insulin would rather park sugar in your muscles than park it in your liver. Because you're fearfully and wonderfully made, my friend. Your body is smart. It's very intelligent. It knows what to do. Unless you insist, or when I say you guys know I'm not meaning you. I'm not meaning my audience. But the world out there, they don't understand the danger of their choices in food when they're eating sugar. Because sugar's not really sugar. It's artificial today. It is synthetic. High fructose corn syrup is a synthetic sugar. It was never made, well, let me rephrase that. It's not intended, they should have a warning. This is not intended for human consumption. It's not intended for your dogs either. You don't give that stuff to anybody. That's how dangerous this is. And I know there's always going to be pushback about that. The food industry is very powerful, my friend. Very, very powerful. And they want to scrub this out so that, the word doesn't get out. Oh, everything in moderation. Everything in moderation. Guys, when you have, you know what I like? I like peanut butter. Do you? I do. Okay? I'm an open book with you guys. I like peanut butter. Don't live on it, but I like it. But never get the one, if it's not natural, just peanuts. And I'm not even telling you to eat a lot of it. But I like it, okay? So I got to talk about it. But you know what? If you travel and you're in an hotel and they have the breakfast that they give you in the morning. And if you go look at the peanut butter that they have there, whether it be Kraft or some other kind, that's icing sugar. It's not really peanut butter. It is high fructose corn syrup. Plus hydrogenated oil. Guys, it is terrible stuff. Now we know, you know what that stuff does? Damages your liver and damages your pancreas. Damages your liver and damages your pancreas. You go get a muffin. Oh, you know what? It's carrot. Yeah. Well, I know Tim Hortons carrot muffins. They put 8 teaspoons, 8 of high fructose corn syrup in there. 8 teaspoons in a carrot muffin. Holy moly. Do you know how much your liver, your pancreas, how they go crazy over that kind of a choice? Isn't that crazy, guys? But that's how your body works. Better to know it. Better to know it. Cookies. unless you make them. It's high fructose corn syrup. And that ain't no good for you. Isn't that a really incredible guy's story? Isn't it? I read that and I was blown away. The damage that's going to be done, guys. When I look into the future, and I'm an optimistic guy. I really am. Like, I'm not a negative person. You know, I'm not Debbie Downer, okay? I'm not. As a matter of fact, I want to pump your tires up every morning. I do. Because you guys know me. I want to pump your tires, but you got to make the right choices in food. Food is everything when it comes to your health. Genetics are nothing when it comes to your health. I don't care what your daddy or your mommy, or they lived to 110 plus, they smoked and drank and ate anything they felt like. No, that's the grace of God, guys. That's not because of your genetics. Genetics are the reason that we see so much. We are on a collision course. You know, everybody's talking about the climate. Don't worry about the climate. Worry about food. We got it upside down. It's nonsense. We got like the pyramid, the food pyramid is upside down. Cereals, and eat a lot of fiber, and eat a lot of grains, and eat a lot of this, and eat a lot of that, and red meat like once a year they give you, on the food pyramid. Like, it's upside down, guys. And we have today in our society, the proof's in the pudding. We have so much cancer. And it's not going to get better, guys. It's not going to get better. Not unless we change a collision course. And I don't go after masses, by the way. I don't. I don't speak to the world. I can't. I don't have that venue. I have a good venue. But I'm speaking to my audience, and I implore you guys, you know this, now you even more information, you go, hey, we're doubling down now. Got to get off those stinking sugars. Got to get off the stinking sugars. Got to get off those sodas. I see people drinking a soda, and all I think of is, man, that's going directly to their liver. And now I have to put this in my head. It's going directly to their pancreas, their beta cells in their pancreas. They are destroying their pancreas too. That's why we see so much heart disease. Yeah. Heart disease comes from the liver. When you're making triglycerides and they're higher than a kite, and not enough cholesterol to negate the triglycerides. We're upside down in this world. So it's heart disease, it's cancer, obviously diabetes, Alzheimer's. It's crazy. Those are the top 4 killers in our society today. And no one, I'm not saying no one, but very few people talk about food. Very few people talk about food. And we have a disease care system. In Canada and the United States, it's disease care. When you get cancer, here we go. Here we go. Here's the treatment. You get heart disease, here we go. Statin drugs and blood pressure drugs and diuretics and whatever. treatment, treatment, treatment after the fact. I'm into prevention, my friend. Not early detection, prevention. Because your body will, if you treat it properly, it'll pay dividends. You know, people put money away. And I'm not against that, of course. You know, they have their pensions and they paid into it. And that's a good thing. But they never think 2 minutes that they need to invest in their health. And investing in their health is not easy. It's not easy. We're surrounded by carbohydrates. We're surrounded by sugar. We're surrounded, especially in the media, about nonsense about food. They have it wrong. You guys know better. And we're on a collision course. It's craziness with bad health. With bad health. I was listening to a commercial on the radio. And they said, if you don't have your health, you know, I think it was Pat Boone. He said something. Okay, you got to be my age to know who Pat Boone is, you know. But Pat Boone was saying, if you don't have your health, you don't have much. And that's true. And certainly your quality of life is going to go downhill in a hurry. So guys, here's the takeaway. Here's the takeaway. Get away, read your labels. Read your labels. Get away as much as you can from sugars. If that is something that, you know, you can do, it's not easy, I admit, but my, oh my, oh my. Keep your sugars down to almost nothing. Almost nothing. And people that have done that, you know, whether by starting on the reset or whatever, what a difference that makes. It's amazing. Over the years, I tens of thousands of my patients left my office. Tens of thousands over the years. And I had them on a food plan. And it was no sugar. And I said, if you can get used to this, living your life without sugar, you are taking a huge step towards good health. Why? Well, here's a couple of reasons. You're going to save your liver. If you save your liver, you're going to save your heart. If you save your pancreas and your beta cells, your insulin will work to help you. You need insulin. Insulin's not your enemy. It only becomes your enemy when you overuse it. Stay away as much as possible from high fructose corn syrup. And like I said, they couch it, they lie through their teeth. And it's a natural sugar. It is so far from natural, my friend. But it's in everything. It's in everything. From ketchup to you name it. I mean it. They add it to bread. They add it to bagels. They add it to muffins. They add it to everything. It's cheap. It's inexpensive. And it's addictive. It's very addictive. And the other takeaway is, especially, don't drink fructose. Don't drink it. Don't drink it. It heads to your pancreas in a split second and destroys your pancreas. In a split second, it starts its destructive work. In a liquid form, it's even worse. That's why I never liked Gatorade. I never liked Powerade or whatever. And I don't like that stuff. Okay. Enough pontificating for today. Okay, guys. Now tomorrow, look, I got to figure out, because I'm traveling, and so I got to figure out what time we're going to go on tomorrow. Might be a little bit early or maybe afternoon. I'm going to let you know. I'll let you know today when I get my schedule. Okay? When I get my schedule a little bit more tied down. Okay, guys, I love you dearly. We'll talk to you soon.